What's up, guys? I just wanted to check in. It is New Year's Eve of 2025. I just wanted to quickly recap how the year went and talk about some of the things I accomplished this year and just document how the year went before we kick off 2026. So, as you guys know, I've talked about setting goals and journaling and working through the year. And for 2025, I had one of my best years ever. I set goals in four main areas, which would be music theory, growing in my understanding of how music works, reading music, being literate in the language of playing bass, ear training. This was a big area of growth for me this year, and then performance. So with that said, let's look at how I did. The only thing scarier than setting big goals is telling the world about them, and then you got to be honest enough to look in the mirror and see how they went. So let's dive into it. Okay, so starting things off with music theory, had a great year, a lot of growth. I started off the year with the online learning platform Scott's Bass Lessons. I will put a link below if you guys don't know what that is, but if you're looking for some learning-based platforms and some interactive classes to take from home, it's a great platform. I took a class on chord tone concepts and looked at how chords are constructed and playing through the inversions. And I also took a player's path course on walking bass lines and got my introduction on learning how walking bass lines work. Next up, I got started as a student at Jazz Night School up in Seattle. Phenomenal place, incredible teachers. I'll put a link for that as well. If you're around the greater Seattle or Pacific Northwest area, I can't recommend enough taking some classes there. I took a beginning music theory class there on the language of chords, how they're constructed, triads, seventh chords, major, minor, diminished, augmented, dominant seventh chords, fully diminished, half diminished, just incredible stuff with Ben Thomas, who was an incredible instructor. I also took a workshop on how to practice with Ian Hughes that was amazing. Loved that. Really helped me refine how I practice and make sure I'm getting the most out of my time when I do get windows to practice. And then finally, I wanted to read a book and learn in growing in my understanding of jazz. So I read How to Listen to Jazz by Ted Goya or Joya. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I will put an Amazon link. Phenomenal book if you're newer to jazz, or if you think jazz is weird when you listen to it and you don't understand what's going on. Highly recommend it. So yeah, made some major progress in 2025 in the area of music theory and understanding music. Okay, so for my second category, which was reading music, getting literate in the language that we speak and we play in, I took a couple courses again through Scott's Bass Lessons, a couple of learning how to read music courses, completed them this year. Really helpful. They walk through notation and symbols and what the notes are and how to read them, and they give you exercises and you can pause, rewind, go at your own pace. Again, check out Scott's Bass Lessons, see the link below. And then I also got started, as I said before, as a student at Jazz Night School, and I got to play in 3 combos this year. And in each combo or ensemble that we played in, we focused on anywhere from 3 to 5 pieces of music. And with each one, we went through the chord charts, and I learned how to start working out of the real book, learning how to read jazz charts, interpret the chord changes, understand what's happening as the chords are changing, but also reading the music, the melody, the main tune that people would recognize. And lots of great bass players, including Jaco Pastorius and instructors I've taken lessons from, all talk about the importance of learning the head or learning the main melody of the song, even if you're the bass player and even if your main job is to play the walking bass lines and the rest of the band is focusing on that melody. You still want to know it, especially for learning how to improvise and have something that relates to the song. So big progress in learning how to read music this year. Okay, for my third category, ear training. This was a huge leap forward for me this year. Kicking off, I got started with an app that you can get on your phone or your tablet. It's called Functional Ear Training. I'll put a link for that below as well. That teaches you how to hear the one, where the one or the tonic is of a chord or a scale, and then it gives you other tones, and it helps you hear how far from one it is and start recognizing, kind of in the style of solfege. If any of you have you ever seen, The Sound of Music, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, all that. Might sound cheesy based on that analogy, but man, was it helpful. And as I got into classes and playing with other people at both School of Rock and at Jazz Night School, that was so helpful. And then I also took an incredible class at Jazz Night School called Improvisation Workout with the incredible Eric Hansen. And even though it's mainly focused on learning how to improvise on your instrument or with your voice, he put a heavy emphasis on singing, regardless of what you're playing, singing as you're playing. And there was echo exercises and learning how to do call and response and starting to learn solfege again through that. So massive steps forward. You're going to see in 2026, I'm going to have a new section of this page where I start showing what I'm learning through all the apps and through the classes I'm taking at Jazz Night School on ear training, because it is a game changer. It's kind of like seeing the Matrix. So yeah, incredible. I can't recommend both of these enough. And if you are a musician, definitely get going on some ear training. All right, last but certainly not least is the area, my fourth category, performance. And this was my biggest year ever. I don't say that in a bragging manner. It's just an incredible feeling to set goals and hit them and make progress far beyond what you ever thought was possible. So I kicked off the year by getting to play with a bunch of incredible fellow students at School of Rock, and we played the classic R&B show, which was a blast. And I posted some videos from that, got to play some really fun songs, and I also got to embarrass myself a little bit. Go find the video in my performance section if you want to see me kicking down some Ice Cube lyrics over the Isley Brothers' Footsteps in the Dark. So that was a blast. I was raised on that music. I love classic R&B and old school funk and disco and all of that, and so to get to play some of those songs was a dream come true. And as I said before, I got started as a student at Jazz Night School. I played in 3 combos this year. My goal was to play in at least 1, and I played in 3 in the spring, summer, and fall quarters at Jazz Night School, and got to do my first, second, and third ever live performances of jazz. I improvised live, got to play some Miles Davis, some Thelonious Monk. It was amazing. I can't wait for 2026 and playing in more combos and getting to play with more people, learning how to improvise, learning how to play walking bass lines, and just getting to make music with other people is so much fun. I also got to serve a full year with the worship team at our church, and just getting to do what I love and serve God with it and play with the worship team on Sundays was just so fulfilling, means so much to me, and really grew in some of my understanding of how in-ear systems work and quiet stages versus having amps on stage, and how all that works, and playing with others and playing through chord changes and the dynamics and what the band needs and what sets the tone for the worship. It was just amazing. So a full year of serving with the worship team. And finally, I can't recommend enough taking lessons and growing one-on-one with a private instructor if you have the means to do so. And I was so lucky to get almost a full year with Chris Seimer out of Seattle. Phenomenal jazz bassist. Can't recommend him enough if you're in the area. He makes it fun, he makes it approachable, he keeps you laughing along the way, and he keeps you not putting too much pressure on yourself and just enjoying it. So huge steps forward. Live performances with School of Rock, live performances in jazz. Finally got that monkey off my back. I never thought I could do jazz, and I took a major step forward this year, getting to serve with the worship team. And so incredible 2025. Cannot wait to see what 2026 holds. Thank you so much. I'd love to hear from anyone. Comment below. What were your goals? What did you achieve this year? I want this to be a channel and a place where I document my learning progress, just so I can look back and see how far I've come. I don't mean it in a way of bragging or look at me or look how great I am. I don't mean it like that. I just want to encourage all of you to set goals and chase your dreams. And I'm trying to document how I'm doing the same on my journey. So be safe out there, keep growing, keep chasing your dreams, and excited for 2026. See ya.